It's the Joseph Bristol Show.
If you enjoy the video, hit the like. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe.
Welcome to another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show, where I go over different things about our society and our world and just people and being alive, social norms, whatever. I share my thoughts and ideas on a lot of different things, on whatever it is that's on my mind, right? And today, I want to talk about something that I've been personally dealing with in my time of self-reflection. In my last video, when I was talking about, I think it was self-love, I said I made a 360, which is actually wrong. I made a 180 because 360 is literally a full circle right back around to exactly where you were before in life. So I made a 180. I completely changed my direction, my way. And one of the things about my 180 is going sober. So no more drinking alcohol, no more smoking marijuana. And in my sobriety, I also been meditating. So I've been doing more meditating, more just like, honestly, like no music, no phone, no distractions, just sitting in a room by myself, just thinking, pondering, just trying to analyze myself and my life. And I guess they call it shadow work, just really like trying to get into the nooks and crannies of my psyche, of my person, of who I am and what I'm doing on this planet, right? And one of the things that I realized about myself is I have a savior complex. That's what I call it. Essentially, well, that's really what it kind of seems like it is. Then I had to look into this. Like I had to Google it. I had to research, like, what is this thing, this savior complex? And when I first had the thought about it, I made some recordings. So I'm going to play the recordings and then we're going to talk about this whole savior complex thing.
This savior complex, where did it come from? And how do you get rid of it? Like, ever since I was a kid, I always felt like if I look out for you and you look out for me, then I don't have to look out for myself and you don't have to look out for yourself, because someone is always watching our backs, because I'm watching your back and you're watching my back. So it's like we're back to back. But no one's coming to save you, and you can't really trust other people. Sometimes some people get lucky, they're blessed, they meet someone, they can trust that person, they're with that person for the rest of their lives. But then you have to look into the statistics. What is the chances of that actually happening? Like, no one's coming to save you, no one's gonna help you. So did the savior thing come from being a young person as a kid, feeling like someone should save me from my situation, and no one did? It's a good discussion, something to just talk about openly. I think a lot of people suffer from a savior complex. Like, they either want to be saved, so they do nothing, like our friend who's been in the same situation for 9 years, but always complains that she wants a different life, a better life, but does literally the complete opposite to building her life. Or she'll start and then stop because it gets a little hard. And then people who feel like they want to save other people at their own loss. Something to talk about. Self-love is that on both parts. These people lack self-love. What is that? Talk about it.
All right, on to the next one.
Helping somebody build their life, being there for someone in their time of need, doing things for people, buying them things, paying for their school, giving them great advice, helping them move, doing things for other people is not going to make someone loyal to you. It's not going to make them think to themselves, oh, this person looked out for me, so I'm going to look out for them. Some people are like that, but most people are not like that. Those days are long gone. That's a relic of the past. People used to be like, people used to say, this person helped me, so I'm going to help them. Those days are done. Nowadays, you have more people that say, oh, I didn't ask for your help. I didn't ask you to do that. I didn't ask you to do this for me. Oh, you only did it because you wanted something in return. This is what people say to people when people look out for them, when people help them, when people sacrifice for them. The days of people saying, you did for me, so I owe you. I'm obligated to help you because you helped me. Those days are done. Especially in America, maybe in other parts of the world, but here in America, those days are done. You could look out for somebody till you have nothing, and they will still turn around and say, I don't owe you anything. I don't even owe you a thank you. So should you do these things out of the kindness of your heart? That is the highest level of being a good person. Being a good person comes in levels. That's a whole nother episode that you have to do. But essentially, it's the highest level. Most people very rarely achieve that level. We are all at the level of, I'm doing for you because I expect something in return. At least a thank you. That's a part of being a savior. You're not.
Right. Okay, now, as I listen to these things, I write down my ideas and my thoughts. And then another part I'm going to start doing is, as I'm talking, we're going to start looking up the research and doing the research together, right? So the savior complex thing, save yourself first, is self-love. Because again, if I'm drowning, you drowning, it don't make sense that I'm running over to try to save you from drowning, and I'm drowning too. I got to save me first. And when I get out the water, now I could get a life raft, a lifeboat. I could jump back in and pull you out. I could do whatever, but I got to get out the water. I got to get out the water first. I got to save me. I got to take care of me. Self-love. It's a part of self-love. A part of self-love. Okay. Childhood trauma or events truly shape us. We are children in adult bodies. So this is something I always tell people, like all the time. One, we're all children. Every single one of us, I don't care how old you are essentially still that child that you were when you was younger, right? And being a grown-up and being an adult are two different things. They're not the same. A grown-up is when your body is fully grown. So usually that's around 25 or older. Your body's fully grown. Because not only is your body grown, but your mind is fully developed around 25, 26, 27. Somewhere around there is when your brain fully develops, right? So we still have that childhood trauma that we got to sit down and unpack and deal with. We need to heal our inner child, work with our inner child, and help our inner child to understand that, okay, we are still this kid, but we going through life now and we need to manage it correctly. So walk with me as I take you through this journey of being alive. Okay. Male and female lives are different. We live a different reality. Women can and do save different from men, but the same. So what the idea I was having with this is male and female lives are totally different. I used to tell my nephew this all the time because he has a sister and he would wonder, oh, why you always helping her, or why she get to do this and I can, and why she this and that. I just have to explain to him, listen, you are a man. Your life is going to be different. The chances of someone coming to save you, very, very slim. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it's very, very slim. Usually, women are saved financially. So a woman might meet a guy who takes care of her financially. He pay her bills, he buy her a house, he buy her a car. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she don't stay with the dude, but she might meet a boyfriend and he buy her a car. She break up with him, she still gets to keep the car. She still moves on with her life. She get her a boyfriend, he buying her jewelry. They break up, she gets to keep the jewelry, she move on with her life. So she's accumulating material wealth throughout her relationships, right? And sometimes women don't meet these type of men. Sometimes the only men that they get are men that take and destroy them. I don't know. But, usually, on average, women get taken care of financially. Someone will come and save them and take them from their situation, whatever that may be. Living with their parents, living in HUD housing, living in Section 8. Somewhere along the line, they might end up meeting a man that's going to save them financially. Usually women don't save men financially. Usually. But now times are changing and a lot more women are saving men. A lot more women go to college. They get good jobs. They have money. They have their own apartment. They have their own car. They meet a guy who lives with his mama. A guy who lives with his baby mama. A guy who lives on the street. They bring him, oh, come live with me. Drive my car. Blah, 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 blah. Nowadays, well, me personally, I'm seeing a lot of that going on. But that's usually not the way that women save men. Usually women will save men by well, it depends on the woman. Some women are uplifting and they talk life into you and they inspire you and they tell you, hey, go back to school, do this with your life. Oh, you could be a rapper, you could be a basketball player, you could be whatever you want to be. Occasionally you meet a girl like that. Nowadays you meet girls that don't speak life into you. They literally don't say anything positive to you or about you or any of those things, in which case that girl probably don't like you, bro, and you need to leave her alone, right? Or she herself is damaged and has some type of issues going on in her life, in her mentality, in her feelings that she need to work through and get through that, right? In which case you meet a lot of that going on because women have been hurt so much. They've been side pieces, 7 dudes that they mess with, and all 7 of these dudes got girlfriends, and they just been a side piece almost all their life. They ain't never know what it's like to be the main choice, to be the actual girlfriend that he take pictures with, and he take you out to dinner, and he tell his family about you and his friends, and he publicly displays you, right? So they have that toxicity in them, but that's a whole nother episode. But essentially, usually, men get saved emotionally, spiritually. They're inspired to do better because like as a man, you might meet a girl that you really, really like this girl. And, in your mind, she's out of your league. Or in your mind, you feel like she deserves more than what you're able to give her. And that motivates you, that pushes you to do more with your life, right? Because that happened to me one time. I met this girl, I really liked her. But I think I was working at Subway or something like that, or Burger King. And this girl, she liked expensive things. She liked to eat good. She liked jewelry. She liked nice things. And I knew I couldn't afford it. And that made me want to do better. That made me want to earn more money. And I applied for a supervising position and manager. And I was trying to earn more money so that I could give this girl that I really liked a better life, more things. Actually, that happened to me when I got married. When I got married, I love Vanessa, and I wanted to give her more because I felt like, yo, V, you deserve more. You've been a good woman to me. You inspire me. You treat me good. I used to come home 2 a.m, drunk, hungry. I'd be like, yo, V, I'm hungry. And she'd get up and make me a full course meal, rice, beans, steak. And that just made me want to love her more. I want to do more for her because I'm like, yo, you a good woman, man. You're good to me. Even though I'm bad to you, but you're still good to me. And so I wanted to give her more. I wanted to do more. Financially speaking, that is, not really emotionally or mentally, because I was still out here carrying on, in which case, God forgive me for the pain and hurt that I caused her and whatnot. And I forgive myself. I'm over that. But, as I think about it, because, again, you reflect on your life, and I realize I could have been better, right? I could have been better. Okay, so reality for men and women. And then another part of the savior complex is God blesses you to bless others, but not at your own detriment. So this is something that I struggle with a lot because I used to think in my mind, okay, I don't have a car. My friend doesn't have a car. And then God blesses me with a car. And so I'm going to give my friend a ride to work. And then let's say one day my friend upset me and I don't want to give him a ride to work no more. And the very next day my car break down. So the whole time I was giving my friend a ride, my car never broke down. But as soon as I stopped being nice, as soon as I stopped helping my friend, as soon as I stopped blessing my friend with my blessing, God took that blessing from me. So then I was like, okay, well, maybe God had blessed me with the car just so that I could bless my friend, right? That was something that I had in my mind, and sometimes I still think that way, but it's just something that I think about. And then the other part, that to add on to that thought, if you can, you should. God puts in their heart for you to help them. God put in their heart to help you. Right. So, again, another thing I used to struggle with, I used to feel like when someone asked me for help, when someone asked me to loan them money, to give them a ride, to help them do anything, I can. So why would I not? Because it ain't hurting me. So, for example, if I got $100 in my pocket and my friend asked me to borrow $10, in my mind, it's like God put that in his heart to ask me, because God knows that I can. And so I should. And so I will. Because God is going to give me more than what I'm loaning out to this man. It ain't nothing. I'm not losing nothing being nice to him, giving him some stuff. I don't lose nothing. I got $100. So I can help you, bro. I have a car. You obviously don't have a car. I could give you a ride. It ain't hurting me. I ain't going out of my way to help you. Right? But at the same time, you can't hurt yourself to help another person. So if helping someone else is a detriment to you, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So I'm not going to give my friend a ride to go buy crack, to go buy heroin, to go buy pills. One, I don't want to go into that part of the neighborhood. I might get shot. Now I'm putting myself at risk. I'm helping you destroy your body, destroy your mind. I don't want to do that. So that's something to think about. And then the last part was, we actually do owe each other. We owe each other love, tenderness, and social courtesy. I spelled courtesy wrong. We owe each other love and social courtesy. So yes, we do owe one another. Yes, you do owe somebody. This whole idea, oh, I don't owe nobody nothing and nobody don't owe me nothing. Nah, man, we got to get rid of that as a society, as a world, as a people, bro. Yes, we owe our ancestors who died for us to have the right to do certain things. We owe the military people who died fighting in wars to make sure that we could have certain rights and privileges. We owe our parents who gave us life, who birthed us. We definitely owe God, because we would not be here. We would not be blessed without God and his infinite mercy and wisdom. And when I say you owe these people, again, I'm not saying for you to, drop to your knees and worship the ground that these people walk on. That ain't what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you owe your parents in the sense that give them grace. Give them understanding. My mother was not the greatest mother in the world, but I wasn't the greatest kid either, right? My mother was young when she had me. She was getting advice from her mother, who was giving her the advice that she grew up on. These people grew up on beatings, on beating your children. So that's what they're going to do. Me personally, I don't beat my kids no more. Well, I used to back when they was younger. But then I learned that's not the way to go, bro. Beat your kids for what? Beat them for what? One, they're just kids being kids. And two, you ain't got to beat them. Talk to them. Talk to them. Ain't nothing wrong with talking to them. They're people. They understand English. They understand what you're saying. Maybe you got to say it 30 times, but who cares? You a grown person and people got to tell you the same thing 30 times. Who cares? Oh, look how he broke that cup. I just dropped a cup last week. I broke a glass. So how am I get mad at my kid for breaking a glass, bro? Things happen. It's all good. It's only material things. So we gotta give grace. We gotta give grace to our parents, even the ones who did us wrong. Give grace and forgiveness. And again, I'm not telling you to go back and reach out to your mother who sexually assaulted you, or your father who abused you verbally and physically, or your ex who cheated on you with your brother. I'm not telling you to do all of these things. But what I am telling you is to have grace, to have mercy, to have understanding, to have empathy and sympathy, to extend kindness to people. Because the things that people do, is not really about you. It's more about them. It's them fighting their demons, dealing with their problems, and they're just, putting that on you, expressing it to you, giving it to you, reacting to you because, they're angry, they're hurt, and so they lash out. That's all I'm saying. But that's a part of this savior complex, this idea that we can save other people. I can help other people. I can help her be better. I can help him be better. I could help my kids. I could protect my children. I could protect my mom. You can't do none of that, dog. It's not our place to save other people. It's our place to extend a helping hand when and if we can. It's our place to be there for people when and if we can. It's our place to put ourselves in a position where we're able to do for other people. But the only person that you should be worrying about saving, the only person that you should be focusing on protecting and saving is yourself. And again, that's just something that I'm dealing with, that I'm reflecting on, that I'm understanding about me, that I used to do a lot. I always tried to help people and save people and pay for people to go to school and do for different people. And I'm helping. And sometimes I would get mad because it's like, well, who's helping me? Who's doing for me? But it's like, bro, if you would have just did for you, you wouldn't be crying about who's helping you, who's doing for you. You would be in a position where you don't need help. But because you're extending yourself so much to others, that's why you're still in this place where you need help, where you need others. And if they could, they would. And if they could, and if they can and they don't, that's okay too. So with that being said, man, thanks for watching another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show. Let's all remember that we all out here trying to do the same thing, man. Survive and be happy. Y'all stay blessed.